What does it mean to be America's team? You have to embody the American spirit. I would argue that your team would need to feel like America. America is glamorous. It's extravagant. It's deeply flawed. Has really high highs.
They've got the flag up now and you can see the stars and stripes.
And really low lows. But it is always influential and always interesting. And that is the Dallas Cowboys. This team is glamorous and extravagant. I mean, have you seen their stadium? And that was built years ago. I went to my first Cowboys game this season. And their stadium is an art piece. It really is magnificent. The way that it's structured, the way that the light hits on the stadium and kind of casts this glowing light on the field. The Jumbotron is the biggest in the world. It's glamorous. Not to mention the Star, which is this entire facility and area all around the practice facility of the Dallas Cowboys that's really glamorous. There's a lot of high-end shopping and dining right there around the Dallas Cowboys practice facility. Jerry has celebrities and politicians and leaders from all over the world come to Cowboys games. And people all over the world know who the Cowboys are. They are deeply flawed. The Cowboys have an owner who is also the general manager, but doesn't know how to get away from that. I have an older video about Jerry, if you want to click up there. They seem to get in their own way. We know that they need to run the ball, and yet sometimes they're insistent on throwing the ball 46 times for no apparent reason. And they never can seem to beat the Packers. The Cowboys have had really high highs. I mean, the dynasty of the 1990s is one of the most fascinating dynasties in professional sports, and is, I would say, probably the most iconic dynasty in NFL history. I know that the Patriots was longer, but the Cowboys seems more significant. And before Jerry and before all that, they even won championships with Tom Landry. And Landry had this aura around him that everyone talked about, and it was very glamorous, and he was kind of the pinnacle of coaching with Vince Lombardi. And this team has obviously had many, many lows. I mean, they haven't been to an NFC championship game since like 1996. And every big moment, it seems like this team in the last 25 years has kind of squandered it.
Fumbled the ball. The snap was bad, and the Cowboys did not kick the field goal, and their season's going to end.
And going back, I mean, the Cowboys were a dumpster fire before Jerry Jones. They were losing money before Jerry Jones bought the team. They've had some really low lows. But the thing about the Cowboys and America is that they're always talked about and always, always influential. The Cowboys now have the most watched regular season NFL game of all time when 42 million people watched the Cowboys and the Giants play on Thanksgiving this year. And last season, 5 of the 10 most watched NFL games, the Dallas Cowboys were playing in it. Not to mention that they're valued at like $9 billion, which is the most expensive sports franchise in American sports. And Jerry Jones is really influential. I mean, there are times that the NFL is waiting to hear from him to decide on certain things. League meetings don't start until Jerry has something to say. And there are some other owners that have that effect. Robert Kraft, of course, has it. But Jerry seems like the biggest owner in the entire NFL. He's so influential. And that is what America is. America is that country that people look to find answers, to try to figure out what they need to do. America is the country that people turn to and ask questions and have influence all over the world, much like the Cowboys have influence over the entire NFL. And there have always been people who try to claim that they are the real America's team. And it talks about, winning. That's not necessarily what it means to be America's team. America's team doesn't have to win all the time. Spoiler alert, America doesn't win all the time. Being America's team, you have to embody what America is. Glamorous, extravagant, influential, interesting, deeply flawed. That's the Cowboys. And the Cowboys have been and will always be America's team. And you can love to hate them, but the numbers show that they are completely captivating, that it completely moves the needle on ratings, on influence in the league, in league meetings, and even if you hate them, they're still going to be there, and they're still going to have influence. Kind of feels like America to me.